Magandang gabi ho. Magandang gabi ho sa inyo lahat. Magandang gabi ho. Oh, good evening. Welcome again to the another episode of the BMA Chronicles. And tonight, we are going to have the Biblical Friday. Alam niyo naman, once every week, ano po, ay meron po tayong kinakailangang pag-uusap tungkol po sa mga prinsipyo na banal na kasulatan. Now, in our past episodes, we talked about weddings, the youth, even single mothers. All of those mentioned are rooted on our topic tonight, which is about starting a family. Starting a family. Pero bago tayong magpatuloy dito, ay ginabati ko yung ating mga early watchers natin, Mike Puentes, Louis Bolo, James Nacion, Ethan Vargas, Senya Polistico, J.M. Conde, Rodolfo de Peralta, Joy, ako si Joy, watching from Barcelona, Spain. Melanie Velasco, Kate Gonzalez Mariano, Ariel A. Saison. Ayan. Alright. Marami tayong mga tagapanood ngayon na iba't ibang bansa, mga kaibigan. Mga Pilipino po ito. Pero sila ay nakatira sa iba't ibang bansa sa buong mundo. Alright. Atin munang tingnan itong ating video na ito. Ayan. In the recent report of the Philippine Statistics Authority, just last year, there were a total of 346,595 marriages sa buong Pilipinas, mga kaibigan. Aside from this, na ating statistics, maraming mga couples who would like to start a family opted not to get married. But rather be involved in what the modern law says today, common law marriage. And it is being defined in the Senate Bill 1063 as a relationship between a man and a woman who live exclusively with each other, just like a husband and wife, without the benefit of marriage, or when the marriage is void. Under the family code, the effects of a common law relationship is expressly recognized, mga kaibigan. Talaga wala din magagawa dyan. You have to recognize them. Ang desisyon ng magkasintahan, whether to get married or not, affects the kind of family we have today and in the future. And according to Michelle Blessing, a mental health professional who is a psychologist, sabi niya, there are several kinds of families. Number one is the nuclear family. Bagong mga term ito, ha? Nuclear family is the most common type of family, which consists of, two parents and children. So we have the single parent family consisting only of one parent, either only the mother or father raising their children. The single parent family is the biggest change society has seen in terms of the changes in family structure. According to the statistics, 1 in 4 children is born to a single mother. I don't know if that is the Philippine situation or Asian or the world, no? Then we have the extended family. Consists of 2 or more adults who are related either by blood or by marriage, living in the same home. And many extended families include cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents living together. This type of family structure may form due to financial difficulties or because all the relatives are unable to care for themselves alone or by tradition. Well, anyway, the extended family in the past is called a clan. Panahon ni Abraham, where Abraham is called the patriarch, he has that extended family of so many. Not only his own blood, but also, of course, yung mga katulong, yung mga kasambahay, yung mga bodyguard, yung security, yung mga kasama na yung mga concubines, lahat na, no? And then we have the childless family where the husband and the wife are not able to bear children. Either they chose not to or they just can't. Kaya itong mga childless family ito ay dadagdagan ng tinatawag nating they begin to have pet ownership or they have extensive contact with other nieces and nephews. Pero kami, we are a family, pero we have dogs in our house, no? Which is part of the family. Eka nga, di ba? Or it's step or blended family. Numerous marriages, especially in America, today often lead to divorce. Ano? And many of these individuals choose to get remarried. Of course, when they get remarried, syempre, hindi naman to ang tatay o nanay ng mga anak. Theirs become stepfather or stepmother. This creates the step or extend or blended family which involves 2 separate families. Meron tayong mga ganyan, no? In fact, meron tayong ilang mga members na divorce yung lalaki, divorce yung babae, may anak yung lalaki sa kanyang unang asawa, may anak yung babae sa kanyang unang asawa, and they came together, no? Yun ang blended family, eka nga. Then we have the grandparent family where many grandparents today are raising their grandchildren for a good number of reasons. And 1 in 14 children is raised by the grandparents. And the parents are not present in the child's life. This could be due to parents' death, or addiction, or abandonment, or being unfit parents, or perhaps the parents are working abroad and they have to leave their children to the grandparents, no? Which is not really a very good situation. So, ito yan. So, what does the Bible say about the family? Yan, the Bible. Ito ang pinaka-aklat natin dito, the Bible. Well, of course, we know the family is the basic unit of society. Even before the government was established, or the ecclesia was established, or the Jewish assembly was established, the family is the basic unit of the society, whether it be a clan with the patriarch rules, or whatever it might be. All right? It was God who established the first family, performing the first wedding of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 23 and 24, it says, "And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man." And he already made that principle that every married couple should implement or should do. "Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh." Why the man? Because the man is the leader of the family. All right. So when the man leave his father and mother, and he is going to get his wife, and they will in turn raise their own family. Oo. If man did not fall into sin, there is no need for any other institution but the family. There is no need to have laws. Oh, and the family can perform well as perfect couples and perfect families. Okay. So, remember that a family is constituted only by marriage. Ito, I would like to make it clear, no? Even in the family code, it's written down. A family is constituted only by marriage between a man and a woman, no matter what the standard of the world is today. Let me give you the principle behind this, folks. Listen. Why? Because number one, it is the Lord that created the man and the woman, and it was the Lord who established the first home. And it was God who ordained the man and the woman. It was the Lord that gave us our sex. It was not us. Hindi tayo makakapili ng anong gusto nating sex. The Lord gave that to us, and therefore we have to abide by what sex that we have. You know, I do not believe in tinatawag nating sexual preference of today. Although I'm not going to in any way be discriminatory on them, I will not in any way try to make them lower than anyone else. But that is just the principle I've learned from the Word of God. And as we have discussed a while ago, in today's time, we have the extended family, and this kind of setup is no longer new. Sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, no? Why? In the Old Testament time, Noah has his all family members there, his children, they're all married, they're together as one extended family. Abraham, Jacob. But in the New Testament, the family is known as household. The household of Aristobulus, the household Stephanas, which consists of immediate family members together with their helpers, considered part of their family. Okay. Examples yan. Sinabigyan ng examples sa household of Cornelius, Lydia, Narcissus. Kaya nung araw kasi, hindi pa uso yung kasambahay. Nung araw, they could be able to buy slaves. Hindi masama nung araw ang salitang slave. Why? Because it is upon the choosing of a slave. If he would like to be slave, and 7 years later on, he can be set free. It is up to him if he would like to be set free and leave the home and be on his own, or he would like to remain a slave because he feels that in the home he is free. Now, and as God created man as a social being, family members were to look after and care one for another. In Genesis chapter 3 verse 9, nung nagkasala si Cain at pinatay niya si Abel, no? Ano sabi ng Panginoon kay Cain? Where is thy brother, Abel? Anong sagot po? Classic answer po ni Cain. Am I my brother's keeper? Well, of course. You know the answer to that, di ba? Yes, we are our brother's keeper. Both in the physical and personal sense and the spiritual sense. We welcome Pastor Emerson Cruz, Totong Delgado. We welcome Pastor Noe Cedro of Toronto, Canada, who's with us tonight. Cherry Gatapia, Ina Fermin is with us also, Mencho Spirito, Aida Abutan, all right. So no one can attest to the importance of families, especially in today's time, where unconventional setup of families are everywhere. Sila na ang choose ng kanilang sarili. Our families must be protected and nurtured if we want a good family. In the Word of God, in our home, God must be first. God is the host and the leader of the home. Because if we're not going to let the Word of God be in our home, what happened? Worldliness, liberalism, secularism will enter the home through television, through our children who came from other schools outside the home. They will not have any kind of principles at all. So, as we continue our discussion for tonight, ay tatawagin ko ang isang inimbitahang guest ng ating mga team, no? The pastor of Lighthouse Bible Baptist Church in Bataan, Pastor Jun Sumbiluna, who is also a graduate of psychology and theology, to join us in answering some questions on starting a family. Pastor Jun, kumusta ka? Batiin mo ang ating mga audience.
Magandang gabi po. First, Pastor Benny, magandang gabi po. Thank you for the opportunity and a privilege to be a part of the BNA Chronicles po. At magandang gabi din po sa lahat.
Okay, let's start, no? So palagay mo, in your study, when is the right time to start a family?
Actually, maraming factors po, Pastor Benny, ang kine-consider in a secular view. Marami po mayroong mga kine-consider na age, may factor ng age sa babae, particularly sa babae po, particular ang age, no? Of course, financial stability ng dalawa, may mga study na sabi kailangan daw before 34 kailangan mag-asawa na o kaya ay 26 ganyan. So marami pong mga iba't ibang mga study na nagsasabi sa atin when we talk about when, the time kung kailan pwede magsisimula yung family. But of course, no, as a pastor and with the understanding from the Word of God, and of course, no, as someone that understand human behavior, pastor, palagay ko ang pinakamaganda pa rin na talagang panahon na dapat tingnan natin how to start a family ay kapag mayroon ng tinatawag na una-una ay yung tinatawag na emotional stability. Okay, emotional stability. Meron ding, well, less consideration, yung financial stability. Pwede rin natin i-consider yun. But of course, higit sa lahat po, ay yung tinatawag nating spiritual stability. Because ang pinakasusi talaga ng hindi man sabi nating perfect marriage, but a successful marriage would be on the plane of spirituality ng bawat partner, no? Lalaki o babae man yan. So nandoon talaga.
Therefore, June, so palagay mo, ano ba yung tamang way, right way to start a family?
Siguro, Pastor, there's so much thought that should consider in starting a family. Ibig po sabihin nito, tulad sabi ng mga matanda, hindi yan kanin na mainit, no? Pag sinubo mo ay iluluwa mo lang, So even pag tayo nagsisimula ng ating marriage ceremony, binabanggit na yan. It should be entered into thoughtfully, and of course, with the fear of God. Ayun. So palagay ko, Pastor, ang pinakamagandang tingnan natin dito ay there must be when we think of starting a family, ilagay natin sa tama na lang, no? Ilagay talaga natin sa tama. So first, this should be a blessing first from God. Okay? And of course, that blessing ay nakikita natin yan through the ecclesia and to the pastor. This should be a blessing of the government or the law. Di ba? So dapat may blessing. It must be legal. And then it must be a blessing of parents. Kasi lalo na sa Old Testament, napakabigat ng blessing ng mga parents sa mga bata. Isang konsiderasyon yan. Of course, this should be a blessing from the public because hindi magiging successful ang family life kapag yan ay tago, katulad po yung sabi nyo kanina, Pastor, na nagli-live-in o common marriage na ganyan na walang blessing of marriage talaga, nagsasama lang. So, siguro, ito yung ilan sa mga konsiderasyon na dapat tingnan. Ano? There should be a blessing first from God, from our government, from the law, from people around you, the family, and particularly blessing from your pastor who is your spiritual leader.
Okay. Palagay mo, one purpose in starting a family.
Well, we are taught sa Bible school na ang isang purpose talaga ng starting a family ay procreation. Okay, because that is the very first design of God for marriage, yung procreation na tinatawag. But of course, there are some factors that we need to consider. Unang-una dyan ay of course for the husband and wife, as mentioned doon sa Book of Genesis na sabi ng Panginoon kay Adam, man is not good for a man to be alone. So companionship. No, meron dapat companionship yan sa mag-asawa. So, yan ang isang consideration. And then, of course, as a family kasi, ay doon natin mararamdaman yung tinatawag na unconditional love. So, that's why God chose the term father in order to express His love for us. At yan din, doon makikita sa family kasi yan, no? Yung unconditional love. So, sa family, kapag nabuo natin yan, doon natin maipapakita yung ideya ng unconditional love. And of course, sa Deuteronomy, kung ating mababasa po doon, Pastor, ay Moses commanded the nation of Israel, lalo na yung mga fathers, na dapat daw turuan sila ng lahat ng batas. At kailangan daw ilagay yan sa pintuan, ilagay sa doon nila, ilagay sa kamay nila, so that their children will not forget the law. So, ibig sabihin, isang purpose siguro ng isang family so that yung the truth of God, the Bible, should be taught there sa family. So, ibig sabihin, talagang dapat ang mga father o mother ay dapat talagang manampalataya o believers so that they can teach their children the commandments of the Lord.
O halimbawa kaya nagpakasal sila and it did not go well, no? Later on, nagkaroon ng malaking problema, no? So, palagay mo kaya ano ang magiging sitwasyon ngayon yan?
Okay. So, Pastor Benny, alam naman natin na we cannot find any perfect marriage or perfect family. Along the way, magkakaproblema ang family, Okay. But of course, ang failure in the family should not lead to the breaking away of the family, no? So, ibig sabihin yan ay sa atin dapat ay the last option diyan ay yung paghiwalay. Ako as a counselor, yan ang pinakahuli kong pwedeng sabihin sa may problematic na family, Okay. But first siguro, ang mga steps na pwede natin gawin in order to recover from a dysfunctional family ay una-una, there must be an admission. May admission na, there is something wrong with our family. Okay, we failed. Ayan, there is an admission. And of course, pangalawa ay there should be a confession of something that is I am also using this kasi may mga cases din akong hinahawakan sa Supreme Court na may kinalaman din sa marriage, particularly yung kanilang problema pagdating sa kanilang mga anak, kung sino yung hahawak, okay. Ayan. So siguro there should be a confession in both parties, in order to go back, kung may problema man yung family. And then siguro isa pa na pwedeng gawin ay they should seek a professional help, counselor, so that they will be guided on their decisions, kung ano yung problema nila. Kasi ang isang tao kasi na nasa problema, minsan hindi niya nakikita yung kabuuan ng problema. There must be someone from the outside to see the problem clearly. So I think the best person sa isang problematic na family na pwedeng mag-address niyan with the insight from God and with the knowledge of God and the Spirit leading counseling, walang iba kundi ang pastor din. I don't recommend na pumunta kayo sa mga counselor diyan na mga hindi naman nakakilala sa Diyos. I don't think that that is proper because they do not really understand yung concept ng isang family as the Bible teaches it, ano. So, ayun, seek
Well,
professional help, particularly sa pastor.
halimbawa, nagawa na ang lahat, no? They
Opo.
sought professional help, they asked for counseling with a pastor and everything like this. Pero talagang hindi na sir pwede magkasundo. Talagang hindi na pwede.
Pastor, merong sinabi si Paul doon sa First Corinthians na we are not bound to that, ano. If the husband will leave the wife, okay, then sabi nun ni Paul, hayaan mo siya. If the wife leave the husband dahil wala nang paraan, then hiwalay na. So ganon. Hindi bound ang bawat isa para pigilin ang bawat isa. So, okay na yon na maghiwalay na lang sila. Ayun.
But that is
So,
between an unbeliever and a believing wife.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oo. Bawa, talagang ayaw niya manampalataya, hayaan ng unbelieving wife to separate. Let the husband separate. But not the woman. Not the believing person should initiate the separation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yun yan ha. Okay,
Opo.
pero the thing is, wala talagang talagang very masalimuot, no? Talagang complicated naman ang ilang mga situation, no?
Yeah.
When that situation, me as a pastor, I cannot anymore try to hold them together if they do not want to be together anymore.
Yeah.
No?
That's right, Pastor.
I cannot do that, but I have to warn them. I have to give them a warning. That not only it will destroy relationship, but it will even destroy the unity of the parent, of the children.
Yeah.
It will even destroy the attitude of the children toward their parents. Things like this. Maraming bagay. Pero hindi natin pwedeng pigilan.
Yeah.
We are just counseling with them, and it is up to the couple what they want to do with their lives. See? If they would like to seek the Lord's will, of course, they will always follow the Lord's will. Okay? Kaya maraming salamat yun ha. Oo, tatawalan na kita. Salamat sa mga input na ibinigay ninyo. Alright?
Thank you so much po, sir.
God bless you. God bless you. So no matter what kind of family you belong to, whether conventional or unconventional, whatever the meaning of the word unconventional is, or if you have had wrong decisions in your family life or about to start a family, always remember that it is God who makes the difference in the family. And the right kind of family is God's family in which you can also belong to. Oo. Kinakailangan talagang makita yan ng mga miyembro ng pamilya. I always say, and I will say again, and this has been said so many times, even by other pastors in different countries. Or even Charles Spurgeon said this: it is better to remain single than marry in the wrong way. That's better. All right. So, yan po ha. Kaya't nasa inyo yan. Nasa inyo yan. And please take note ha. Not because that you are single and not married, that you are not complete. All right? No. Not because you are single and you're not married, that you live a lonely life. No. No. You see that? So it's a choice that you need to make, and wag nating iisipin palagi na, oh, it was God that chose my wife. No, it is you that chose your wife. And nagkaroon ng problema, sisihin mo ang Panginoon, Lord, ikaw nabigay sa akin ng asawa ko Ayan, may kayong problema ngayon. No, it was you who made that choice. Okay? Ito yung sinasabi natin na the Lord gives us a free hand in making a choice in the area of marriage. Okay. O ngayon naman, let's go to the segment of the BMA Overseas. Marami tayo mga members abroad. Kaya ngayong gabi ay kasama natin si Lope. Siya ang Chief Axe Preacher ng Doha, Qatar, at ang kanyang misis, si Catherine Lope. Alright. Lope and Kat, magandang gabi sa inyo.
Magandang gabi po, Pastor. Magandang gabi po sa mga lahat ng nanonood.
Okay. Sige, magsimula na tayo, no? Tanungin natin ng ilang mga katanungan na sa inyo, no? Well, ilang taon kayo nagkaroon ng relationship bago kayo nag-decide na magpakasal?
We're together po, Pastor, ng 5 years. 3 years na magkasama po kami and 2 years na long distance relationship.
Magkasama, Pastor, magkasama sa Bicol, hindi sa isang bahay.
Magkasama sa trabaho, ganun ba? O hindi kayo magkasama
Sa
sa
area.
isang bahay?
Hindi po. Sa probinsya.
Kayong dalawa ba nakakilala na sa Panginoon when you met each other?
Yes
Hindi
po.
pa.
Yes po. Opo, Pastor. We are both.
Oo, nakakilala niyo na ang Panginoon. So, 5 years kayo, no? 5 years kayo, 2 taon kayong hiwalay sa isa dahil sa trabaho. Di ba? Dope, nasa Qatar ka, samantalang sikat sa Pilipinas.
Opo.
Oo, then later, after 2 years, sikat nakapunta rin ng Qatar, nandun na nagtrabaho, pero hindi pa kayo nagpakasal noon, di ba?
Pastor, yung reason ng pag-abroad ko is to earn na dagdag na pera pang pakasal.
Ayun,
Then pag
okay.
pakasal.
So, paano nyo nalaman na handa na kayong mag-start ng pamilya? Paano nyo nalaman yan? Kat, ikaw muna, Kat.
Si Lope na lang po, Pastor, kasi siya po yung nagsabi na let's get married.
Ayun. Syempre naman. Alam nga naman ikaw magsabi, let's get married, Kat. Dapat talaga si Lope, no? Pero, ano yung mga preparation na ginawa ninyo? Did you consider your financial capability? Did you consider your emotional stability? Did you also consider your spiritual maturity? Ano ba yan? Ano mga preparation yan, Lope?
Pastor, because since yun nga po, we are believers, especially Baptist believers, nung nasa age ako ng 20 at 21, may goals na ako na pinag-pray ko na at the age of 27 or 28, I'll get married. At the age of 27, may sasakyan. At the age of may career. So pinag-pray ko na po yung Pastor. So therefore, from that age yung aking ginagawang trabaho, yung ay papunta ako doon sa goal. Including doon sa college, merong ministry. So therefore, papunta ako doon sa preparation. I don't know lang kung sino po yung partner.
Sabi nga ni John kanina, no marriage is made in heaven. Ibig sabihin, walang perfect marriages, no? Ibig sabihin, meron din kayong mga struggles, meron din kayong mga hindi pinagkakasunduan. Di ba? Pag meron kayong hindi pinagkakasunduan, ano ang ginagawa mo, Lope, para magkasundo kayo uli?
Ang ano lang, Pastor, is we are so blessed that we have a pastor and we have the Bible. Because pag merong misunderstanding, nagkakasundo, uuwi sa salita ng Diyos. Tulad mong sasabi kung sino ang mali at sino ang tama. At kung ako ay mali, because I believe the authority of the Bible, I have to submit. At ganoon din po siya. Kaya, yes, may nagkakaroon po ng problema, pero naaayos ayon sa salita ng Diyos. At kapag, let's say, mahirapan na talaga, we will go to you po. So, yun ang aming usapan.
Kat, ikaw naman, anong palagay mo?
Ganun din po, Pastor. Kung ano po yung problema namin, we always look back kung ano yung sinasabi namin.
Minsan alam ko na gustong gusto mo sampalin si Lope, di ba? Okay.
Submit.
Ito yung huling tanong ko sa inyo, ha? Ano ba ang advantages or disadvantages ng raising a family abroad?
Yung advantage po, Pastor, since if tingnan po natin like sa pagiging empleyado, nag-works abroad, the salary would be 3 times more. Kung nasa Pilipinas, 4 times more. Kung parang at secretary sa Pilipinas, pagdating sa abroad ay 4 times more ang salary. Ibig sabihin, may advantage pagdating sa pag-provide sa family, sa needs, sa school, sa mga pangailangan sa bahay. At yes, ay masasabi natin na may comfort dating doon dahil merong financially pagkukunan. Ang disadvantage po pa sir is that we are here all alone na kumbaga sa close family, wala yung grandmother, wala yung father, wala yung mga lola na pag nagka-problema ay may mananapitan. Unlike sa Pilipinas, we are just one bus away.
Ang ganda sa MBBE, kahit na for example like wala yung mga biological mga relatives mo, yet you have your spiritual family, that understands and that care, di ba? Oh. Meron ka bang sabihin, Kat? Ikaw, meron ka bang huling sabihin?
Wala.
Wala na? Okay. All right, mga kaibigan. Salamat sa inyo, Lope and Kat, for guesting with us. At naway lalo pa kayong maging close together as husband and wife at lalo pang makita sa inyo ng inyong mga magulang, ng mga kamag-anak ninyo ang example ng spiritual maturity. Okay? The Lord bless you. Lope and Kat, salamat. Ayan. Oo, yan na po. Atin na sila nakausap at palagay ko naman sana may natutunan kayo sa ating mga interview ngayong gabi. At ngayon po naman ay pupunta tayo sa ating Chronic Quiz, Biblical Friday version. Andyan na po si Kuya Fog upang siya ang ating mga quiz master.
Okay, isang maulang gabi po sa inyong mga manonood. Good evening. At welcome na naman sa isa pang episode ng Chronic Quiz. Kung kayo po ay nakinig sa ating discussion ngayong gabi, ay malamang alam niyo ang sagot. Kung alam mo ang tamang sagot, ilagay mo na sa comment box kapag ikaw ang nauna at tama ang iyong sagot. May 1 point ka at the end of 7 questions. At ikaw ang pinakamaraming puntos, meron ka 200 Gcash from the BMA Chronicles. Kaya kung ready na po kayo, question number 1. What government agency holds records of all marriages in the Philippines? Ano pong ahensya ng gobyerno ang may hawak ng mga records ng lahat ng kasal or marriages sa ating bansa, sa Pilipinas? Anong ahensya po yan? Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, nagbago pa nga ng pangalan yan, di ba? Dati, kagaya niyan. Ayun, tatanggapin ko ba ang abbreviation? Sige, tanggapin ko na. Jean Irish Elmer. Tama, PSA, Philippine Statistics Authority. Or dating NSO. Pasensya na po, PSA po ang tamang sagot. Kaya pakitaas nga ulit, please. Para makita ko sino. Ang nakakuha ng tamang sagot ay si... Sige pa. Yun, Jean Irishmer. 1 point para sa'yo. Question number 2. What do we call a relationship between a man and a woman who live exclusively with each other, just like a husband and a wife without the benefit of marriage, or when the marriage is void? Ano po ang tawag sa isang relationship between a man and a woman who live exclusively with each other, just like mag-asawa? Yun, meron na. Tama. Ruel Borigas. Common law marriage. Yan po ang tamang sagot. 1 point po para sa inyo. Question number 3. What is the common type of family which consists of 2 parents and children? What is the common type of family which consists of 2 parents and children? Ano po yung tawag dyan? Hindi siya extended family? Yun, Melanie Ju Velasco. Galing Kung di ako nagkakamali, siya po yung nanalo ng huling episode. Melanie Ju Velasco, nuclear family po ang tamang sagot. Question number 4. True or false? As mentioned in Genesis chapter 2, God performed the first wedding in the Garden of Gethsemane. Totoo ba o hindi? True or false? As mentioned in Genesis chapter 2, God performed the first wedding in the Garden of Gethsemane. Ito ba ay true or false? May nag-true. Roel Burigas, kayo po ang tama. Tama ba ako? Ay, hindi. Pakitaas, please. Teka lang, maraming sumasagot eh. Ang tamang sagot po ay false. Sige, taas pa, taas pa. O, tama po. Sige, tagapi ko na yung fast. False. Tama, false po. Hindi po sa Garden of Gethsemane. Okay? Question number 5. 2 points na pala para kay Roel Burigas, no? Question number 5. If today we have the extended family, what do we call that kind of setup in the Old Testament where the patriarch leads the family? If today we have the extended family, ano po ang tawag sa setup in the Old Testament where the patriarch leads the family? Andun na yung keyword sa tanong ko. Hindi po clan. Merong specific yun. Pwede na yan. Eloisa Cueto Nolasco, all the way from Saudi Arabia, patriarchal family unit. Yan po ang tamang sagot. Question number 6. As of right now po, lumalamang po si Roel Burigas with 2 points. Question number 6. And what do we call the family in the New Testament? Examples are families of Cornelius, Lydia, and Narcissus. Yun, meron na kagad. Hindi pa dapat yan. Pinabasa ko pala yung tanong kanina yata eh. Ayun. Ariel Saison, household. Ay hindi, wait, siya ba nauna? Tama, siya nauna. Ariel Saison from Kuwait, tama ang yung sagot, household. Question number 7, last question. Whatever kind of family you belong to, who makes the difference in it? Kahit pa anong pamilya ka, kahit saan pamilya ka pa, who makes the difference in it? Sino po? Yun, Ariel Saison. God. Tama po ang inyong sagot. 2 points para sa'yo. Kaso nga lang, 2 points din para kay Roel Burigas. Meron tayong tie. Kaya itanong natin ang ating host. Papa, meron ka bang tie-breaking question?
Tie-breaking question. O, tinan natin ha. Oh, yan. Alright. Ito, kinakailangan, bilisan nyo ha. Oh. Sino ang nagsabi sa Old Testament, am I my brother's keeper?
Yun. Yun. Kaso nga lang, Michael, hindi ka kasama. Ayun, pero sige, Ariel Saison ang nauna. Tama ba? Pakitaas, please.
Kasi Roel Burigas.
Hindi, yun po. Ayun. Ang nauna-una si Ariel. Kaya kaya pa ngayong gabi, ang panalo mga kaibigan, si Ariel, tama. Si Cain po nagsabi ng Am I my brother's keeper? Dahil hinanap ng Diyos si Abel sa kanya. Ariel, congratulations sa'yo. Meron kang 200 Gcash. Just wait for the crew to get in touch with you. Maraming salamat mga manonood sa pag-stay tune nyo po sa BMA Chronicles at sa Chronic Quiz. Back to you, our host.
Okay. Maraming salamat po sa inyo sa pagtyaga niyo po sa amin. Ang ating pong verse of the day is found in 1 Corinthians 11:3. Ang sabi po dyan, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. Yan po. O isipin nyo ng mabuti kung naunawaan po yung ibig sabihin nito mga kaibigan. Alright? So muli, salamat sa inyong panonood sa amin. Huwag niyong kalilimutan ho, i-like and share nyo ang facebook.com/TheBMA Chronicles. Follow me at the facebook.com/BennyAbante and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Benny M. Abante, mga kaibigan. Alright? Kaya again, maraming salamat sa inyo. Patuloy po kayo na mahimbing ngayong gabi at gumising kayo bukas ng umaga. God bless you. God bless you.